I was just sitting there, booth in the back, same old corner at Jimmy's Diner. A Tuesday. Rain tapping the windows like it had nothing better to do. My fingers were sticky from the syrup on the pancakes I didn't finish. I was scrolling through my phone, thinking maybe I'd cook Lena's favorite tonight, salmon with rosemary rice. Ping, that sound, that dumb little sound. I didn't even look right away. Thought it was Mike texting about the shift schedule again. Then I saw it. I want a divorce. Please don't contact me. I've moved the money. Goodbye. I blinked once. Twice. My thumb just hovered over the screen like it was paralyzed. Is this a joke? I muttered. It wasn't. She sent it at 6:07 p.m. She was supposed to be at that conference in Phoenix pitching her big campaign to those execs. I even helped her pack. I want a divorce. I reread it 3 times, each word burning deeper. That wasn't Lena. That wasn't the woman I married. That wasn't the woman who used to trace circles on my palm to help me fall asleep. Moved the money. I dropped the phone. My mouth went dry. Call your bank. Now. That was Mike. I'd texted him one line. Lena wants a divorce. His reply hit like a hammer. I grabbed the phone again, hands trembling. Opened my banking app. So joint savings. Closed retirement account. Transferred. I felt something crack in my chest. Like a part of me caved in, just gone. Hey, you all right? It was Debbie, the waitress. She leaned over the counter, concern in her voice. I looked up, numb. No, not really. She stared at me. Want some coffee? On the house? Sure, thanks. I watched her walk off and realized, no ring. Lena must have taken that too. I didn't even notice it was missing. I sat there in silence, fingers clenching the edge of the table. She emptied everything. Every hour I worked those night shifts. Every overtime, every skipped vacation. All for our retirement. Gone. Just gone. I called the bank. Yes, sir. The transfer was made this morning. We tried to reach you for confirmation, but the authorization went through from your joint holder, Lena Waters. Of course. She'd set it all up before she left. I hung up. My phone slipped onto the table with a soft thud. I remember staring at the window. The rain looked like it was falling sideways now. The world was moving, but I wasn't in it anymore. Just frozen. How does someone do that? How do you spend a decade with someone, and then end it with a text? I stood up, left a tip I couldn't afford, and walked out into the rain, letting it soak through my clothes. I didn't feel cold. I didn't feel anything. But that would change, because betrayal does something strange to you. It clears the fog. It hardens your heart. And somewhere between that diner door and my car, I stopped being the man Lena thought she could break. She wanted a divorce. She was going to get so much more. I used to think I had a quiet life, a solid life. One of those rare, steady stories people don't talk about because there's no drama and loyalty. 17 years. 17 birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, all with Lena. We got married young. Too young, some said. But I loved her. She smiled like she already saw the future we'd build, and I believed in it more than anything. I worked logistics, nights mostly. Forklifts, manifests, sweating through. Double shifts, didn't matter. I had a purpose, us. Lena was the marketing one, the ambitious one. Talked with her hands, always had some new strategy she was pitching to someone. I thought we were a perfect balance. Turns out I was ballast. Dead weight to her rocket. She's got eyes for power, not people, Danny. That was my sister Karen. She said it over coffee once, years ago. Lena had just been promoted to senior brand lead, and Karen saw something I didn't. She picked you when she had nothing, she said. But wait until she has something. I brushed it off. You're just being protective. Karen stirred her, coffee hard. No, I'm being honest. I wish I'd listened. 2 days after Lena left for the Phoenix conference, I got a call from the bank. Mr. Waters, this is Samantha from Allied Union. I'm sorry to inform you, but your joint retirement account was liquidated via verified authorization from the second account holder. My throat closed. When? 48 hours ago. I sat there nodding into silence. Samantha's voice softened. I know this must be a shock. I'm truly sorry. After that, it was a domino effect. Every locked door opened. Just not the ones I'd hoped. Her assistant, Maya, left me a voicemail. Hey Daniel, it's Maya. I don't know if you're in touch with Lena right now. She seemed different last week. Happy, not stressed like usual before a presentation. When she left for the airport, she was practically glowing. Thought you should know. Glowing. That word felt like a knife. I remembered that dinner party. The one at Gavin's house, her boss. She made me wear a blazer. Said it was good for appearances. I stood next to the grill while Gavin handed me a beer and asked if I was the supportive type. What's that mean? I'd asked. He smiled. That plastic kind of grin. Just, not every husband likes watching his wife become the face of a company. I'd smiled back. I'm proud of her. He nodded, slow. Yeah, I bet you are. Later, I caught him whispering something to her near the kitchen. She laughed in that way she used to only laugh with me. I thought I was imagining things. Now I wasn't so sure. One night, a few weeks before she left, I'd gotten up for water and saw her in the living room, screen glowing on her face. She was typing fast, deleting, typing again. When she noticed me, she slammed the laptop shut. Couldn't sleep, she said. I didn't question her. I should have. Karen came by later that week. Anything new? She asked, looking around the half-empty living room. I shook my head. She's cut me off completely. No calls, no texts. Her lawyer emailed yesterday. Karen scoffed. Coward. I looked down. She said I was controlling, that I made her feel small. Karen sat down next to me. Danny, you paid for her MBA. You gave up promotion so you could work nights. While she traveled, she rewrote history. She said she was unhappy for years. She told you that? I nodded. In the email. Karen stood. Then it's time to stop being the victim in her story. I didn't sleep much after that, not because of pain, but because something inside me clicked. I started reviewing our finances. Every statement, every transaction. Patterns began to emerge. Hotel charges, flights, gift purchases on cards she never used before. I wasn't just betrayed. I was set up. And while she was off playing the strong, liberated woman who freed herself from the loyal man who built her world, I was still here quiet, but not for long, because I wasn't done. Not yet. I pulled into the driveway, headlights cutting through the early dusk. The porch light wasn't on. Lena always left it on. My key slipped in, turned easy. Too easy. Inside, the silence was thick. Half the living room was empty. The framed photo of us in Aspen, gone. So was the credenza. Even the throw pillows she loved were missing. I stood in the middle of the room whispering to myself. She gutted it. The email from her lawyer arrived 30 minutes later. Daniel, per my client's instructions, all communication is to go through this office. A preliminary settlement offer is attached. I didn't open it. Not yet. I already knew what it said. She wasn't just leaving. She was erasing me. Tom, it's worse than I thought, I said, pacing on the sidewalk. Tom's voice came through, sharp. Did you check the retirement account? Locked out. Says I'm no longer an authorized user. He paused. You didn't sign anything? No. Then she forged it. She's playing dirty, Dan. Be smarter. I stopped walking. She has a lawyer, a real shark. So do you. Me. The next morning, I found it, her private Instagram. New handle. Same smile. Lena on the Rees. There she was, in Greece, on a yacht. Gavin, her boss, had his hand on her. Waist in one post, champagne in the other. The caption read, "New chapters, no regrets." I called Karen. She answered with, "Please tell me you didn't see the yacht post." I sank onto the steps outside. I saw it. I want to key his car. Karen, no, seriously, a woman doesn't post that kind of photo unless She's making a point. She wants you to see it. She succeeded. She sighed. You okay? No. Later that day, my voicemail blinked. It was Lena's mother. Daniel, I don't know what she's thinking. This isn't how we raised her. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. Please call me. I didn't. Next morning, I stepped out to get the mail. Victor, my retired neighbor, waved from across the fence. You holding up? I gave a weak smile. Trying. He leaned on the fence, arms crossed. I saw her leave last week. Had 3 suitcases, big ones. She didn't tell me. He nodded slowly. My ex did the same. Took the furniture, too. She used me, Victor. His eyes didn't blink. She used you to climb. Now she's climbing over you. Tom came by that evening with coffee and a thick folder. She's preemptively filed for sole ownership of joint property based on financial mismanagement on your part. I blinked. She said that? It's just a tactic. She's setting the narrative. And what's ours? Tom looked me in the eye. Yours is that you trusted her, built everything with her, and she stole it in the middle of the night. I opened the folder, bank records, email logs, asset transfers. She left a trail. Tom nodded. You want to play this smart, Daniel. You stay calm. You stay quiet. And you let me dig. That night I stared at the ceiling. No tears. Just calculations. She didn't just leave. She rewrote the story, turned me from partner to placeholder, from husband to hurdle. I remembered the way she used to look at me when I picked her up from the airport, that sparkle, the way she'd hold my face and whisper, "Thank you for everything." Had she always been lying or just waiting? I got up, grabbed a notepad, title at the top. Plan. Because I wasn't going to be her footnote. She wanted to forget me? Then I'd give her a reason to remember. I stopped wearing the grief on my sleeve. That was the first step. On paper, I was the cooperative ex, polite in emails, smiling in mediation, wishing her well in front of others. I even signed a few forms early, harmless ones. But inside, I was already building the walls of her undoing. Tom, do we still have that frozen mutual from 2012?
Vanguard growth, yeah, technically still joint. She forgot it. Want to freeze it? No, I want to move it. Legally? Strategically? Tom paused. You're changing. I smiled. No, I'm waking up. Ray called.
That night. Old buddy from the Fleet days. Genius with code. Paranoid too. You sure you want to open this box? I'm sure. He sighed. Okay. I ran Gavin's public LLC filings against private records. You're not gonna like what I found. Try me. 3 shell companies tied to him. One's laundering conference funds. Lena's name is on the event invoices. I didn't say anything. Ray kept going. I also dug into Lena's deleted files, recovered about 400 emails. Send them to Tom. Done. I met Harvey at the same diner Lena's text ruined. He looked older, but he always looked older. Life does that to teachers. So, the nice guy grew claws. I sipped my coffee. You always said there's a difference between kindness and weakness. He nodded. But remember, revenge is a knife that carves you too, Dan. I'm not carving, I'm pruning. He chuckled. That's what I said when I burned my ex's consulting brand to the ground. Lena's lake house, her pride. Her wellness retreat dream, the one she marketed online in soft tones and spa quotes, it was still under my name. I didn't even list it. I sold it quietly to a corporate firm that plans to bulldoze and develop. Karen texted, saw the post. She's devastated. Her vision is gone, I replied. She'll be fine. She always lands on her feet. Nina met me in the back corner of a bookstore cafe. She didn't ask my real name. Didn't care. You're sure you want this published? Anonymously sourced. Just enough to spook the board. And the woman? She made her bed. She glanced over the documents. Gavin's screwed. The board votes next week. You Want me to hold the leak till then? No. Drop it tonight. She raised an eyebrow. You're playing chess. I'm just cleaning the board. The burner account was the cherry on top. Her new Instagram coaching brand. Align Love. Mentorship I messaged under a fake name. Said I was a female entrepreneur looking to invest in a couples growth seminar. Lena replied within hours. Yes, I'd love to meet. I think we could build something big together. We scheduled a Zoom, but instead of me, she got Nina. Nina asked all the right questions, recorded every answer. And Lena? She bragged about the money she pulled from an old marriage, how she reinvented herself, how power is taken, not given. 3 days later, Nina posted a blurred interview on a private journalism Substack with the caption, Rebirth or Rebrand? The ethical costs of the coaching industry. I didn't respond when Lena called, didn't reply when her lawyer emailed concerns about recent developments, didn't blink when Gavin was suspended pending internal investigation. But when her mother called again, I answered. Daniel, what's happening? She made her choices. I know, but she's unraveling. She won't talk to anyone. She said goodbye in a text. That was her last word. I'm just honoring it. Tom dropped the final paperwork at my place last week. You won. I shrugged. It's not a game. He nodded. Still, you played. It better. I just paid attention. He paused at the door. You're not angry anymore. No. Anger was the bait. I cut it loose. That night I sat at my desk, opened a new notepad. At the top I wrote, After. Because revenge isn't the end. It's just the part that clears the silence so you can hear yourself again. And finally, I could. The ballroom was glass and gold. Rooftop view. The kind of place people go when they think they've made it. I stood near the back, tux pressed, tie loose. No one noticed me. That was the point. Lena was radiant, spotlighted, laughing into a mic. Gavin at her side, smug and shiny in a navy suit. I recognized the watch, mine once. A gift I never got back. Tonight, she said into the mic, is about new beginnings, new partnerships, a future built on vision, trust, and... Her voice cut, phones buzzed, heads turned. I watched Gavin pull his from his pocket. His eyes scanned the screen, then his jaw clenched. Lena glanced over. What's wrong? She whispered. He held up the phone. Her face dropped. Then the murmur started. Nina posted it. Tom texted. I opened the article. Behind the wellness brand, fraud, shell companies, and the real faces behind the rise. It was all there. Gavin's laundering, Lena's lies, leaked audio, incriminating emails. Security approached the podium. Gavin stepped back. Lena tried to speak, but her mic was already muted. Someone yelled, Is this true? I watched her smile flicker, then die. Outside, I stood by the valet, hands in my pockets. Karen messaged, Just saw the news. You're colder than I thought. I love it. Mike emailed, Dinner's on me next time. You earned it. Ray sent one line, System breach complete. Everything's archived. She's toast. Lena's company collapsed by morning. Investors pulled out. Gavin disappeared. She tried to spin it, blamed Gavin, claimed she was misled. But the receipts had her signature. When the subpoenas came, I didn't flinch. Tom said, You never raised your voice. I didn't have to. A week later, Lena left me a voicemail. Daniel, I don't know what happened. I don't know what you did. But please, just call me back. I didn't, because sometimes justice isn't loud. It's quiet, precise, clean. And when you take everything from someone who never thought you'd fight back, you don't need to shout. You just walk away and leave them with silence. The house sold faster than I expected. I didn't take much, just tools, books, and a framed photo of my dad and me, back when I thought loyalty meant everything. Now I live in a small coastal town where no one knows my name. I build things with my hands. Tables, shelves, chairs that creak when you lean into them just right. It's not glamorous, but it's real, unlike the life I left behind. You any good with dovetail joints? The old guy at the vet's workshop raised an eyebrow. I'm learning, I said. He grinned. Then let's build something that doesn't fall apart. I smiled back. Sounds perfect. Some nights I still think about her. Not with rage. With clarity. She stole my peace, so I stole hers. But that's done now. I don't need the war anymore. I just need silence. And a life she'll never know about.